Howdy guys, thought I'd give you an update where I'm at with my cars. So I've got a lot going on at the moment. Got the Escort off the road, a damaged motor and that, so I've got getting machine work done on it now. I've got all the parts I need to, just about all the parts I need to get that sorted. Also juggling the Falcon hardtop. I've had a problem where the other night I wasn't home and grubs are in my yard. I knew this was going to happen. People can see into the shed from the street and see what I've got. So it's like a temptation for them. It's just unfreaking believable, this place. I'm in a beautiful new estate. Happy families, kids, and they have massive Halloween. They have Christmas party here. It's a good estate. But get freaking grubs come in here knowing that people in here are hard working. They've got a bit of money to show for what they've done. And yeah, so we've had a bloke cross the road. It's got a cattle dog, a statue of a cattle dog out front of his house. The bastard's bloody rocked up, got out of the car, knocked off the cattle dog, even though it was chained to the wall. They come back with bolt cutters the second trip back, got off the wall, took off with it. And then, only about 6 weeks ago or something, neighbour across the road, got a Lexus hybrid, they're married, got 3 kids, young kids, just a normal family doing their thing, and they've gained access to the garage. I think they use this flipper. It's like a thing you can buy off the internet. It can hack into the frequency of the door. So they got through the door, got in, and yeah, knocked off this Lexus. But the scary part was the 3 boys walked up the driveway. One of them had a freaking hammer, like probably a 4-pound hammer. They were up there to get up to badness. So I don't know what they'd done, but they got the keys, got the car, knocked the car off. But the driver got caught. He's only a 15-year-old. Cops end up ramming him off the road. Like he got out of the car to run because he pranged it and they knocked him over. So that happened, and I'm well aware of it. I've got cameras everywhere. Fucking security is top notch. Like I've gone next level. And yeah, I wasn't home this one night, and yeah, no one was home actually. My son was away working, and yeah, these grubs, bloody neighbours spooked them. They jumped the fence, got into the yard, seen torches around, and that was it. They bloody on me neighbours. Messaging me, hey Jason, someone's in the yard, and I've shit myself. I know it's going to be a major hurdle for him to get in me shed, but it sort of spooked me in the sense of, why am I sharing all this information on the internet? And it's only just exposing myself to make myself more vulnerable to shit going down. But I thought, you know what, I can't sit here and hide. Got to live my life and share. I like to share what I'm doing, so I've gone next level with the cameras. I won't disclose exactly what I'm doing, but put this way, any car that comes past here is going to be fully identified in the best way you can possibly can, apart from actually seeing it with your own eyes. But yeah, that's what's been going on. But so I've spent a lot of time putting cameras up and increasing security. Then yeah, I've been doing that. So, but yeah, what I have done this weekend, I've been getting stuck into these projects. So I'll start off with a Falcon. I think that's the main focus of my channel, what people like to see. So here's the car sitting here, looking freaking awesome. I don't know if I shared this with you before, but I've got the big 12 sliders on there. So I've got the dogs. Oh my god! So it's got 295 or 15 by 50. 295s in the back. Makes it look fat as. It looks freaking unreal. Then on the front, I just got 15, 65, 235s, I think they are. I think I'd remember. Yeah, so 302. Yeah, right. So yeah, where I'm up to now, I've got this. It's our puppy dogs. It's out of the road. I used to keep them out of here, but when it's dry, they're not dragging mud in here. It's okay. So here it is. Got this contraption. This used to be the frame that used to support the Falcon when it was getting restored. So now I'm using it as an engine stand, engine test stand, or whatever you like to call it. So I've just got, so I could get in the information about it. It's just basically a 351 2V heads. Got a Crow cam kit. Yeah, so it's basically, I'll go into more detail when I get the engine running, but I've run into a hurdle. I can crank the motor over. I've got oil pressure. Well, I didn't to start with. Had oil everywhere. I forgot. Here's another Cleveland here. The original motor, matching engine number out of the Falcon, but that little, I had that missing. So I figured the oil must be, I wasn't building oil pressure. I thought it's got to be going somewhere. So I looked at this and I bet you I forgot to put that in, because the block, I've built this block up. Like, this block was absolutely bare. No Welsh plugs. And it didn't have that plug in the front. And then once I fixed the plug up on the front, I realised the oil come out the back, and there's 2 plugs in the back here. So the oil was just going all over the hair. So it's all good. It's part of the learning curve. So yeah, I pressed the bearings in myself. I've got a kit. Yeah, and even got the con rods on the pistons using this heat like a propane torch method. Put the rods on the pistons, and I've got that sorted. So I pretty much built this block up from nothing. So, but it's getting really good oil pressure. It gets up to 80 psi, which is a lot. So yeah, it's building oil pressure. It cranks over. The starter motor is absolutely struggling, even with one of my big Jeep batteries. So, yeah, so it's cranking over, building oil pressure. I even got this exhaust. Like I bought a complete. I can show you the rest of it. Complete exhaust kit off the internet. So yeah, just got these mufflers put on the back of these extractors, and got a O2 sensor bung out of one of my Jeep wrecks upside the house. Where I run into the hurdle, I've got everything I need to set up this kill shot air fire fuel injection. Because I was pricing like a Holley carburetor, brand new Holley carburetor, with it wasn't even a proper like high quality, I forget what they call them, these in this inlet manifold. It wasn't even a proper Edelbrock manifold. This is a China copy of one, and the sellers wanted like $1,800 or something. I'm like, I might just buy a full air fire kit. So this master kit, before customs hit me up, because it come from the States, it was like $2,300. I'm like, that's freaking good. And then I had to pay $460 duty fees. So yeah, I had to pay that. But yeah, and I've got the complete kit. But where I run into the hurdle is just these damn I give you, this is what they call a master kit. So you're supposed to get everything with it. So I've just done this diagram up just to explain it to you, because this is nothing new to me, because the Escort's got all the same sort of AN fittings, and they're really good. So you got the fuel tank, then you got a pre-filter. So that's this little thing here. So you got a pre-filter, you got the pump, then you got the pump. The filter goes after the pump. That's like 100 microns. So you can't let shit go into this throttle body, because you got tiny little injectors and they block up. Yeah, not good. So then you just got the outlet, it comes through, and then you got I forgot to put in here, but you got the fuel pressure regulator, a little gauge here, it sits on the front. You just adjust that to say 45 psi, because they're never correct from get-go. So the problem being, this kit's meant to have everything I need to get up and running. So you got 2 different sizes. This is 8 AN, then you got 6 AN. So on the throttle body itself, it has 2 AN fittings. So one of them's inlet, one of them is return. Trouble is, they're 6 AN. Get away, dog. They're 6 AN, but everything, a lot of stuff they supplied me is 8 AN. So got this 8 AN fitting there. That was a 6 AN, but I've managed to find 8 AN one amongst what I've got left over from the Escort. 8 AN, 8 AN. So it's like, typically what you do, you run like if you're worried about getting fuel supply, you just run like say 8 AN to the throttle body, and then you do a 6 AN return, because you don't worry about return so much, because you want fuel getting there, not so much leaving it. So so yeah, they've given me all these 8 AN fittings, but they're only giving me a tiny amount of line. It's Teflon core too, it's good shit. So a tiny bit of 8 AN, but heaps of 6 AN. So that's fine. I can use 6 AN return. I've got plenty of 6 AN fittings, but it's like I don't know. I'm trying to join a Facebook group to find out what the hell's going on, but, oh, dog. So what I think I'll do, I think I'll just get on eBay, rather than chopping all this up, I'll just get on there and buy a full kit. So I'll need this tails, so 4 8AN tails, 1 90-degree bend, and then a throttle body adapter so I can have 8AN going to the throttle body. I think they'll get me on track. I'd love to go speed flow, but they're getting really expensive these days. Australian company. But yeah, I'll try to use this, and I'll just have to I'm trying to see if I can buy more of this shit. It's just not enough of it to get from the fuel tank all the way to the front of the car. That's not going to cut it. I need more of it. Either that, I'll just go to 6AN, but then I'd have to get all adapters and change to get new fittings. It'd probably be, I've got to look into it. But for this stage of it, I'll just focus on getting this engine running, make sure it's good, run it in like you're meant to, all the cam stuff. So, yeah, that's pretty much where I'm up to now. So yeah, that's about it really for this engine. But I knew I'd run into a hurdle because it's going too smoothly. But it's got a shitload of compression. And this best thing about this computer, it'll adjust. You got all these extra wires here, so you can run the. I'm going to have one. I've got a 1 mig massive 12-inch firmware fan, a good one too, not cheap shit. German one. I'll run that on this and just see how it goes, keeping it cool. I don't think I'll have any problems keeping it cool. People get excited about radiators. Oh, you got to get this 4-core and this sort of stuff. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but the Escort, for example, that's got a tiny little $180 eBay radiator. It's a pissy little thing, but I've got a kick-ass, really powerful firmware on it. And yeah, had no problems overheating or anything, and that's pumping big power. But I'll see how it go. Might eat my words when it comes to this motor, but that's probably partially blocked. The original radiator, I've got to look into it, see what I'm going to do. But for the purpose of this, so this ECU will control a relay it'll run that fan for the radiator. And it's got its own little mini dash, so I can go through the initial stages. Got the coil, we've got an ice lead kit. So yeah, that's where I've up to that. So right, where I'm up to with the Escort. So I took the Escort's cylinder head to the machine shop. He's had a good look over it, and we run a straight edge along here, and as I've thought, yeah, it is slightly bent. The trouble is, being an overhead cam motor, even though you can machine this flat, where the cams run through here, the cams aren't going to sit true anymore. So then you start having all these problems with lifters, all the clearances and that. So he said, mate, if you've got another cylinder head, use it. So I pulled apart one of these spare 2 blacktop Z-Tech engines I've got here. Got this cylinder head. And yeah, took it to him, and he done a hardness test on it where you get a little steel ball and a tube. And this head's really good. The other one in the middle, especially on the exhaust side, the ball wouldn't hardly bounce. The hardness was gone. So you can reuse it. It's just it's not going to be hard to for it to fail again. So the main reason why I didn't want to do up another cylinder head is all the work involved. So this one here, I've had to do a little bit of port work. I'm not getting too excited about making things bigger. I'm just making things a little bit better, just same as the other head. But obviously, because I'm doing this cylinder head and making changes, I have to get dyno tuned again. But you can see, right, taking away heaps of meat from around the guides, valve guides. Just open it up, so it just breathes that a little bit better. But these engines breathe really good as they are. So yeah, got that sorted. So I've just got to take this head. He just wanted me to do the port work first, and he's going to reset the valves, make sure the valves are really good, sealing well. Now I'll show you what went wrong. What the reason why this Escort was blowing so much smoke. I thought it was something I'd done wrong, because last year I torched the motor. I thought I torched it, but I did actually. Yeah, it leaned out, and then I melted a hole for the cylinder head. So I took the head in, got it reconditioned, and they said to me, they said, oh, do you want us to put a new valve valve seals in there. I'm like, yeah, go for it. So I didn't, unknowingly, they just put new valve seals in it, but I shit you not, each one of these valve stem seals has broken off at the top. Snapped off. So here I am thinking I've done something wrong with the motor, because I've done a compression test and it was about 150 psi across all cylinders, which is pretty low, but low's good apparently for turbo engines. But yeah, these seals are broken, and it was blowing smoke. It was showing, it indicated everything towards valve stem seals. But I thought the head's been fully reconditioned. It can't be that. So every one of these stem seals broken. So every time I backed off, it was sucking oil in. It was horrible. So I got to the point where I thought, oh yeah, this engine's it needs to be fully reconditioned. So I started leaning on it heaps and pushing it. And what happened? I ended up, there's this drain plug here I've set up. That was coming loose, so I was losing water, and yeah, I basically unnecessarily cooked the motor. All I would have had to do was replace the stem seals. I've since got these German-made L-Ring brand stem seals to go in, but yeah, that was the issue. So it's all good. I've got new JE forged pistons. He's gave the block a rebore slightly just to match these new pistons. So he said it's all going well. The block's got heaps of life in it. The head just needs a bit of love. So yeah, he's gonna put the head together for me. He's gonna go through all that, and then probably over Christmas in January, I'll put this motor back together. But I've stepped it up. I'm not focused so much on getting more power now. I'm just focused on making it more reliable, so this shit doesn't happen again. Or last year doesn't happen again where I torched it. So what I've done, so the car itself's got the Haltech Elite ECU. So yeah, everyone's been telling me, why aren't I running IC7 dash? So I've got the dash for it. So this will do everything, indicators, speed, whatever I want it to do. So this is the original Escort dash. I spare one I've got. The original one I've got for the car, oh, it's not original, but it's an RS2000 dash, and I don't want to chop into that. So I've got this one. So that's going to have to somehow work out how to mold that into there. So then I can, yeah, use this dash, we'll have blinkers on it and all that stuff. But I got that just so I know what the engine's doing. And I've also got this thing, TC4 amplifier. So this has 4 inlet inputs, so I could use what they call a amplifier, it's a heat amplifier. You put on an exhaust port so you know if the engine's leaning out. Most of the turbo cars, like big turbo cars, have got these. And when I was at Haltech, or the Haltech Heroes, the Dyno Cop at Summernats, the boys are saying to me, why haven't you got this on the car for? Like, you know, if it leans out, like they do, injectors block up, all shit goes down. If you got nothing there, you're just going to destroy the motor. So I've been putting this off for ages because this all adds up. It's $2,200 just for all this. But yeah, so I'm going to set it up so there's stuff in place so I don't lean the motor out again, just make it more safe. But this motor lasted 5 years, so it's done extremely well. So yeah, once I get this motor going, I'll take it in. I'll get another pink slip on it, put reg on it, and yeah, I'll get a dyno tune just to make sure it's going good. I'll do some footage of that. I reckon that'll be freaking awesome. But there's not a lot really needs to be done to the Escort. It's just done a lot of work. Here's the fuel system I've got in here. These are new generation Bosch 200 pumps. So you got the 044 Bosch pumps, so these are the upgraded ones. So one pump for all day usage, and then when it on boost, making big power, the second pump kicks in. But these things on 85. Another thing I'm worried about with the coupe is this fuel tank. It's mild steel. I was running this for a while, but being E85, it's constantly blocking filters up. So there's your pre-filter. I think that's like a 20 micron or something, and then it goes through the pumps, and then it goes into right down here in 100 micron. So that really filters the fuel so you don't block injectors up. So yeah, it goes in 8 AN and comes back as a return as 6 AN. Yep, so that's where I'm up to at the moment. So hopefully next video I'll show you, I don't know when, it'll be that engine running on the stand. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. It's a damn shame I couldn't do it today. So yeah, thanks for watching guys. I'll catch up with you soon.